So what is up guys, this is Drakane here. Welcome back to another video on taming here on Ark Survival Evolved Mobile. So guys, in this video we're going to be taming up a Direbear. So a Direbear saddle is unlocked at level 45 and Direbears eat carnot or kibble, which can be made by using carnot eggs, sever roots, cooked meat, major berries and fibers in addition to the water. So first thing is that the Direbears, they have a lot of health. Comparatively a lot of health compared to some other creatures, but their health to topper ratio is really insanely stupidly horrible. Just horrible. So this one's got 19k health and 46k topper, and that's after putting some levels into health as well. So you can imagine just how low it was. 10k health and 46,000 topper. That's just about it. So guys, now Direbears, by the time you unlock the Direbear saddle, you will not have unlocked their the tranq darts. So you might have some good long neck rifles, but you won't have tranq darts in order to knock them out. And without tranq darts, knocking them out is impossible. But there is a way to work around with it, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it today. So if you have a long neck rifle and tranq darts, just simply start tranqing it out and then feeding it the carnot kibble, and depending on the level, use soothing balm and whatnot. Now the Direbear saddle requires some cementing paste, fibers and hide, and it's ridiculous cheap as well. So the alternative method to tame them up is what we are going to discuss today. So this is specifically for those guys who have not got the tranq darts in position to use. So just hotbar in these sides. So this is the trap. Okay, I'm going to build the trap here, a bit over to this place. So guys, we are building the trap in order to trap the Direbear, and we are starting right now, and you can follow along and use this method to tame up your own Direbear before you unlock tranq darts. So here we go. So guys, this is how the trap will look from the top. As you can see, the front part is having 4 stone dino gateways to get the Direbear trapped inside, and this part is a long hallway kind of thingy, which I'll explain the use in a bit. So first thing, I just crafted up some extra items just in case. I never knew if I might need it extra. So it's becoming nightfall now, so I'll bring you guys back when it's the morning, so then we can continue this taming process without any problems at all. So see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so here we are, it's the morning, and we are all set to go. So first things first, and I also brought my Pteranodon here in order to just lure the Direbear into the trap much more easily. So first things first, let me just grab a few more of these. How many do I have right there? No, 74. I really hope that will be enough. So the kibble's there, soothing balm's there. All that's left is to trap the guy up. So let's get on with it then. Let's first open up the dino gate and get the bad fellow inside the trap. Not you. Where is the 420? Let me just go up a bit, and there she is. Alright, now follow along. That's right. That's right. Come and get me. And the trap just closed right in front of my eyes. Great work, trap. So let's get inside. And my friend here is following. And oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Open, please. Okay. Thankfully, the Direbear was aggroed onto the Pteranodon, so did notice me. If that guy noticed me, I'd be in a bit of trouble. Let me on. So, as you can see, this guy has dealt a chunk of damage, so I'm just leaving the area in order to de-aggro this guy. Okay, so that would be enough distance. So we can begin the process of taming this guy up now. So, as I was telling you guys, if you have a long neck rifle and tranq darts, just simply start knocking this guy out immediately. 27k top, that's not a small amount, yes? So you can start tranqing this guy out immediately if you have tranq darts, but if not, what you can do is use one of these, not one, several. Depending on the level of the creature, you will need to use tripwire narcotic traps. So they will deal 5 points of damage and about 300 top per every trap. So you cannot just knock out one of these dinos, one of these Direbears completely, fully with these things, but because any creature that's completely knocked out by the tranq, these narcotic tripwires will be unable to be tamed up. It's the way it is. If it's knocked out only due to the effect of these tripwires, that creature cannot be tamed up. So enough talk, let's just position the traps. It doesn't have to be very far from each other. You can place them close to each other like this. But whatever way you place them, what has to be, the thing that has to be met is that there has to be 2 always in order to complete a circuit, and I don't want to open that. So let's just start placing these then. So alright guys, as you can see, I have finished laying up all these tripwire narcotic traps, and you don't have to worry about passing through this. Your own dinos won't be damaged by this or knocked out by this, and you also won't be knocked out by this. This only affects wild dinos. So I had about 74, and the effects of these do not in any way, this is not actually enough to knock this guy out. All of the only thing that this will do is just raise the topper by enough so that I can tranq him out with the crossbow without any fear of this guy dying. So which is what we are just going to do now. Let's just wait for this to finish saving up. What about that? Yes. So let's open the door and get out of the way and start this. So that way this guy is going to come through. Alright. Please come this way. Oh god. Now these guys are really powerful, which is why I'm a bit afraid to just go near it. So let me just open the gate for you. And buddy, please cooperate. Start biting me. Hey, not again. Alright. So that's the hard part done. Getting this guy to pass through all those tranked narcotic tripwires, and if you can see, the beautiful part has just begun. This guy is gaining all the topper in it, continuing for a certain amount of time, and as soon as the topper finishes rising, all you have to do is just start knocking this guy out. As you can see, the damage dealt is very low compared to the top amount that's there, and of course I shot it with a few tranq arrows as well, so that's why the health has dropped by 500 points, and all that's left is the waiting game. So guys, our users just were looking at this guy continuously, and I bring you guys back when this guy's top has risen, and then we can start tranking this guy out. Alright, that's the topper finished. Now the topper has stopped rising and it started decreasing, and these guys have a really fast topper decrease rate, so you have to as soon as the effect of the narcotic tripwires is done, you have to start ranking this guy out. So all that 74 brought this guy up to 10k topper, and the rest can be filled up with the tranq arrows easily. So let's just start the process, and also remember you have to keep time. Always you have to time up between each and every shot, otherwise this guy has a higher chance of dying. Alright, then this guy is out now. The simplest, that's the fastest thing that was done, and just have to make sure that there are no stupid Direbears or Kanos in there, and it's becoming nightfall again. So guys, you may have noticed that I did not at all in any way possible shoot this guy with any arrows while the topper was rising from the narcotic tripwires. That's because if I did it that way, if I just shot at this guy with the crossbows, with the tranq arrows while this guy's topper was still rising from the very start, if I did like that, it will count as the topper had risen due to the effect of the tripwire narcotic traps, and you will not be able to just tame this guy up. The taming will not be allowed. So this guy's top is dropping already. As you can see, this is a level 420 Direbear, 3000 stamina, 4000 health, 1400 weight, 370%. That's low. That's really low. 370% melee damage, but it will increase after I finish taming this guy up. So I'll just put remote use item, that, and let's just, you got it. So as on what these guys will eat, they eat the canoid kibble, and they will also accept giant bee honey in addition to meat, and I'm going to use the giant bee honey first because it's close to spoiling. So just like with some other creatures, this guy's preference to giant bee honey is excellent, and it will, I hope that this guy will eat at the giant bee honey first, but that's up to him. So that's done. Now all that's left is the waiting game again. First waiting game was until the narcotic effects will wear off, so I used up 74, I believe, not 80, but not 100. If I remember, not less than 50, not more than 80. If I remember right, it was 74 or maybe 73, and that was enough to bring this guy up to 10k topper. So now the simplest thing is the waiting game until this guy just wakes up, and this guy is protected from all three sides. The only side I had to protect is from this side, so that's exactly what I'm going to do until this guy wakes up. Alright guys, so this guy's tamed up now. It was a long wait, and I just scrapped out most of the parts of waiting. Now these guys are slow. It is now this guy only ate the giant bee honey. Well, bears do have a big tendency to eat giant bee honey instead of anything else, and it works the same as the kibble. So anyways, my kibble is saved, and if you guys also want to save a kibble, you can use giant bee honey instead of kibble. So guys, that's how you would tame a direbear if you don't have tranq darts unlocked and you only got a good crossbow. Now keep in mind, a good crossbow, that's what's necessary, a good crossbow, and this tranq, the tripwire thingies. So guys, that's how you tame one of them if you don't have any of the tranq darts. And remember, even with this method, I managed to get the health loss to a minimum with the tranq those tripwire thingies, and afterwards I tranked this guy out, and this guy ended up with about 700 health only. That's something you have to keep in mind when you're trying to tame up one of these guys. You can never use a crossbow without having to use one of those tripwire narcotic traps. Now you might have noticed that I didn't keep shooting crossbow arrows at this guy while the topper was rising. That's because if I did that, the top would have risen to full amount, but still the topper would keep on increasing due to the effect of the tripwire narcotic thingies. So it would count as this guy being knocked out completely due to the effect of the narcotic effects of the tripwire. So I would be unable to tame this guy then. So guys, I'm going to wind it up right here now, because it's been a long video, long time waiting and scrap, and I just scrapped out a lot of it so that you guys won't have to face the tediousness of it. But in an upcoming video, I'll be just not upcoming, the very next video, I'll be just showing you guys the different capabilities and abilities of the direbear. So keep in mind what I just told you guys about taming these fellows. Their health to topper ratio is horrible. So good hunting guys, wish you the best of luck in taming up a direbear. So guys, I'm going to end it right here. This is Drakane here, over and out. So if you find this video to be helpful, ring that notification bell and smash that thumbs up, and subscribe as well and never miss a video. So bye guys, until next time.